Hi, world. I wanted to start this off by pouring myself a glass of wine and recording the sound, but now I realize it kind of sounds like I was peeing, so it's up for interpretation, I guess. Um, my name is Catherine. I am, this is my first podcast. I am making a podcast. I know, it's official. This is honestly just going to be kind of like a digital stand up, but I won't be able to hear if anyone's laughing and I won't be able to hear if anyone's crying. So I guess that's kind of cool. There's a silver lining there, right? Right? But like I said, trial run. We'll see what happens. And it's going to be really weird, and I'm excited. If any of you know me who are listening, I am probably one of the most ridiculous people you know. I'm very outspoken, make a lot of strange faces and really expressive voices, although I can't actually do any accents. It's kind of tragic. Every time I try, it turns into this like fusion Asian woman, Italian man, Russian mob, squeedle deedle cartoon character voice, and people are like, what accent was that? And I was like, I was trying to go for like an Australian accent, and they're like, sounded nothing like that. And I was like, all right, clearly I have a future in confusing people with non-accents. Hold up, I'm gonna take a swig of my wine. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. I wanted to move the mic out of the way, so I hope you didn't just hear that really obnoxious gulp, because I took a big one. Because who knows when I'll get another chance to drink the wine that's sitting right next to me. I am very, very much someone who thrives off of networking and getting to know people. So I am always asking people questions to the point where they're like, please, dear God, leave me alone. Like, I'm the person who goes in for an interview and they're like, what's happening? Why are you asking me about my relationship with my grandfather? And I'm like, I don't know. I just saw you and I thought it would be a cool story. And it's never a cool story because I never hear the story because they ask me to leave. So there's that. I definitely enjoy asking people about their past. And not because I'm like super interested, I'm just like curious to know what they're gonna say. And especially with men, I'll be like at bars asking them questions like, what about this? And then they're like, pfft. And then I'm like, all right, whatever. And then like, well, okay, fine. And then they start talking to me and I'm like, I literally need to go to the bathroom. And then they just won't leave me alone. So it definitely bites me in the ass sometimes. I tend to attract men that look drastically different than I do. And I don't mean like standard wise, I just mean like height wise and like weight wise. I don't get it. I'm pretty tall. I'm a pretty big girl. I'm like 5'10", pushing some weight, and I just always find men that are like tiny as fuck that really like me. And the big guys, the tall guys, are always like, nah, I want a short chick. And I'm like, I get it. It's fine. Apparently I want a short man, so we're good. Let's go find him together. Wing man. I live in San Diego, California, which sounds super glamorous, and sometimes it is, and other times it's like, I have no money. But that's cool. That's the way it is. It's kind of like being an actor, but much less cool. I definitely wish that I looked like the people that live in Southern California, like the classic like SoCal vibe look, like pretty good, like super, super attractive. And I definitely look like I could be living in like Milwaukee. But that's cool too. I got my time. Sometimes I look really friggin' good. Other times I look really, really, really bad. I like to compare myself at times to Charlize Theron in Monster, which if you haven't seen that movie, I'm not going to explain it to you. You're just going to have to watch the movie. Definitely hard to stay positive during this rough time, but I'm doing my best to just be optimistic, because otherwise I will literally fall into a hole of despair and become the gnarliest person to talk to. Like, I'll start like internet trolling. I'll start like random commenting on like forums from like Russia via 2006. Ignite some like really intense like digital warfare, you know what I'm saying? Which I don't want to do, because that's kind of something my brother does. If you know me and you know my brother, you know he does that. So I don't want to be like him. I want to have my own chance to be crazy online. Hence this podcast. No, but for real, this is just something super new, kind of an experiment. You're kind of stuck with me. We'll see what happens. I have literally nothing but time, so I might as well funnel it into something somewhat productive. And personally, I feel like I just had a whole conversation with a random stranger at a bar. So I am fulfilling my social duty by making this podcast for you. I'm sure plenty of people probably won't even get to this point in the podcast because they would have turned it off because it sounds like trash. But if you have made it this far, I just want to say thank you. You a real one. And by that, I mean, hi, Mom. Thank you for listening to almost the end. I swear I'm almost done. If you have no other thing to listen to besides this, I'm really torn between feeling bad for you and being super appreciative of your boredom, because that means that I will have a chance at being successful. This is the perfect time, in my opinion, to create a podcast because people have no choice. All right, I think it's time to wrap it up. I think I got the basics out. If you have any questions, don't ask. And I will see y'all next time